us on over to HEB so we can get this grocery store tour going.
Ready, let's
ready?
go, yes.
All right.
Yes.
Operation Health.
That's right.
Here we go.
All right, hey guys, so we are here at HEB in the Healthy Living aisle, and what I wanted to point out is that sometimes you feel super overwhelmed when you go into the Healthy Living aisle and you see tons of bars at your disposal and you don't know exactly what to choose, right? So depending on your needs and you know, consulted with your doctor and everything like that, I'm going to show you a couple of my personal favorites. I personally am dairy free because of dairy intolerances, so I have to look for the dairy-free, lactose-free, vegan, you know, bars, right? So, and I tend to go for low sugar just because I fight my genes every day and I am predisposed to diabetes, so I try very hard to prevent that. So let's go over here. So we'll see, you have tons of choices here. And when you are not really prepared or you just don't know what to look for, it is overwhelming. I get it. One of the things that I want to show you is, this one is one of my favorites. It's called Nugo Slim Vegan Bar, okay? Nugo has a lot of different types of bars. You can see they're all in this area right here. The reason why I love this one is because it is the lowest sugar bar that tastes wonderful, that is heavy in protein and dairy-free. So it is vegan, it's 17 grams of protein, it's 3 sugars and 7 grams of fiber. Fiber is so important for your diet. We recommend, and so does a lot of health professionals, at least 25 grams a day of fiber, so that's always good to have. So this, I love it, okay? Very good choice. You'll see, let's go over some label basics, right? When you look at the label, and you're thinking, I don't know what I'm looking for. Is it calories? Is it fat? Is it whatever? So what I would actually look for first is the list of ingredients. Don't worry about what the little bar says, right? Underneath in your actual, you know, package, you want to look for the ingredients. And plain, you know, what I love to say is that when you read the ingredients, and then it starts getting crazy, like it starts saying all these scientific words, and think of, if you don't know what that word means, neither will your body, okay? Your body will not properly ingest it, it will not make it to where, you know, it will recognize what those chemicals are, okay? So inflammation might happen. So if you know, like, oh, it says dates, it says beets, which you don't want to have beets so much, but you know, beets are really good for you, but some people don't like them. You know, even peanut butter is okay, almond butter is better, but so when you're looking at a label, just think of in broad terms. If you don't recognize the name that's on that box, neither will your body, okay? So when looking for a bar, you want to make sure that the first ingredients, you'll find your type of protein, okay? Many different types of proteins in bars. I tend to go with like a pea protein. That's the best choice for my body. Whey is a popular choice if you don't have any dairy issues, okay? So let's move on to, I love these Epic bars. Now, they kind of, I was kind of alarmed when I was first looking at them, because I was like, you want me to eat a meat bar? Like, what? What do you mean, right? When you find yourself on a wellness path and you're trying to get a higher protein count with low carbs, low sugar, your choices are very hard for on-the-go nutrition, okay? So these Epic bars are wonderful because think of it as a healthier beef jerky, right? So it's not a fruit bar, so don't be expecting, like, you know, cakey goodness. It's meat, okay, but it is very good. This one is the sriracha one, very good kick to it. It has, I want to say, it has no sugars, which is great. It only has 2 carbs, 130 calories, and the protein is 13 grams of protein. That's wonderful, right? That's a big pack of protein to help you feel satiated and full, and it's low sugar. You can, you know, you can have it in the car or whatever. I really love on-the-go nutrition. We are all busy. A lot of us are doing 8 things at once, and this goes perfectly in your purse or case or whatever you have, okay? So this is a great option. Guys, so snacks, chips in particular, because my weakness, I'm from Texas, I'm from Houston, chips and salsa, chips and queso, right? So you do want to be mindful of what is in those chips, and sometimes, especially if you're going to try to strip your diet and do a detox or like a food elimination diet, you're going to want to stay away from corn and you're going to want to stay away from wheat, right? So there are some alternatives that you can have that actually won't make you feel so like really sad, right? Really deprived. Also oils. Oils are very important. We try not to have any type of chip that is in vegetable oil. That is the worst type of oil that you can have. So what I want to show is these chips. These are one of my favorites. These are Bonitos. They are made out of beans. They are not corn. They are not any type of wheat. They are high in fiber, cooked very well, and they have lots of fiber, which is great. I know I harp on fiber, but it's so important for you, okay? So these are delicious. These are restaurant style. You better believe I take these in my purse to Mexican restaurants. I do. My friends laugh at me, but when I'm on point, and I always like to say my A game, I go and I'll have the salsa because it's fresh and made at the restaurant, but I have my Bonitos. Or my other favorite chip is made by Siete, 7 in Spanish, and those chips are made from cassava flour, which is like a very clean flour that is not wheat. It's very, very good. So Siete is wonderful, and Bonitos are wonderful. You might also want to look into these types of snacks. They are peas. They are dried peas that are flavored. They are high in protein. They still give you that crunch if you're craving a crunch, and they're a better choice than your standard chip, right? So sometimes you may think you're eating healthy chips and you're kind of in reality not, okay? For instance, kettle cooked chips. If they're kettle cooked, it is a different way of cooking them, but you still have to pay attention to what it is cooked in. And unfortunately, a lot of these still have the vegetable oils. Some of them still have the hydrogenated oils that are just poured before you. So just pay attention to what is in your bag, okay? Okay guys, so now we are in one of my weaknesses, the pasta aisle. I loved pasta. I was so sad when I couldn't have pasta anymore because I was staying away from grains and it's too many carbs and making me so tired. So I want to talk about alternatives. If you are looking for a different alternative for pasta and you don't want the wheat, you're looking for more veggies or a different type, I wanted to point out sometimes you think you're doing well, and in actuality, you know, it's kind of not what you're thinking. So I wanted to say it with this, you know, Super Greens. It's a green pasta. It has pictures of all of these, you know, broccoli and everything. Now, when you actually look at the back, if you are trying to stay away from wheat, the first ingredient is it's still wheat. Okay, so it is made with dried vegetables as well, but if you're looking away from it and you're in a hurry, like, oh, okay, I got it, then you're just sabotaging your whole plan, right? So I wanted to just bring to you some different alternatives. Now, there are black bean pasta made out of black beans. There's pasta made out of lentils, right? Different types of beans, garbanzo beans. You really have to like try them out to see what you like for consistency, because sometimes some noodles are more mushier than others. I know that I tried a few black bean pastas that just were not going to have it. My kids didn't like it. I didn't like it. So black bean pasta was not my way to go. But I do want to spotlight and tell you about the Banza pasta. Banza is made from chickpeas, okay? It is such a wonderful pasta because it mimics what a noodle, the consistency of a noodle, the firmness of a noodle, okay? So it's not mushy. It's great in protein. It is 25 grams of protein in a serving. Like, really, it's crazy. And it's 13 grams of fiber. And the net carbs are much lower than your traditional pasta, okay? So, I love Banza. Like, I love it. Okay, so, there's also different brands that are wonderful. just be experimental, be open to different things, especially if you're looking for it. And I want to talk about sauces too. Talked about pastas, now let's talk about some sauces, because there's nothing better than a good spaghetti squash pasta with some meat sauce and tomato based thing, right? Whatever. So, what I want to point out is that, you know, sometimes people don't pay attention to what's on the back, and sugars are very important in your diet, okay? So some sauces are loaded with sugar and you don't even know. So I just want to, like, one of them we have is a ragu, and when you look at the label, it has 9 to 11 grams of sugar, and it has some things that you may not recognize, you know, what it means. So what I would do is I would really pay attention to the sugars and the serving. Some are a half a cup of serving, some are a full cup for your sugar count, okay? You want to look for a low sugar count. So I love this one, the tomato and basil. It's HEB, all real ingredients, and it is 2 grams of sugar for a half a cup. Perfect alternative for your this, and it's still economically friendly, okay? When you're looking at, you know, costs, and I know that some people think that, you know, eating healthy is more expensive. And in all reality, when you have a great meal plan and you're utilizing the best of your grocery list, you can eat phenomenally for a great price. I wanted to say this one I know is a more economical friendly choice. You know, when you're on a budget, I get it, right? But don't let that hinder your health, right? Don't let the cost affect your health down the road. So when I look at this, you know, the third ingredient in this is high fructose corn syrup, and that is a no-no for our bodies. We want to try to stay away from that ingredient. Third ingredient in this, so just be mindful of when you're looking for your foods. It's everywhere. I know a lot of companies are doing a great job removing it, but just be mindful. I just want to point that out. Alright guys, so now we are in the wonderful Healthy Living aisle at HEB, and this is where you have all of the nuts and seeds and everything you can ask for, right? Sometimes you kind of pass by it and you're just like, I don't know what all that is, whatever. So you can make your own trail mix, and it's so much healthier. It's better than the prepackaged things because, again, we want to be mindful of what's in our packages, any fake foods, any fake chemicals. So what I love to do here is make my own trail mix. I will go and I will get some Ghirardelli dark chocolate chips that are 72%. Okay, the 72% is a better dark chocolate, and it helps your blood sugar still stay a little bit more stabilized than like a milk chocolate that's just full of fake ingredients, right? So I will put, I think it's 9 or 11 morsels in a little snack baggie, and then I add my wonderful nuts here. So what I like to add is cashews, and when you look at the cashews, you want to make sure that they don't have salt, like over salt or any like honey seasoned, you know, that means sugar, okay? So just go for the plain one. So I do cashews, I do walnuts, I do pumpkin seeds, because pumpkin seeds are very nutritious for you, okay? And they're really small and they give them some color and you think, ooh, you know. So pumpkin seeds, and then I also like to do, where is almonds? Almonds are your best friend. Great fat, great natural fat. Fats are good for your brain. And stay away from the peanuts if you can. It's just really not the best nutrient-wise nut you can choose, okay? There's plenty more that you can choose that would have greater benefit for you. Alright guys, so this is one of my best kept secrets that I didn't know about when I first started my journey, right? I would go and I would buy pre-packaged seasonings, and I didn't realize that even on the back when you look at the label, you'll see sometimes there's MSG and there's chemicals in your seasonings and you don't even know it, right? So what I like to do, and stay with me here because I want to make sure that I'm conveying that this is real. Like this is stuff that I've learned that I want to share with other people, and don't get bored because it will help you. It will help you, okay? So what I would love to say is that HEB has bulk spices, and a lot of grocery stores have it too, okay? what I love is that you can pick your own spices. These are all natural, no added ingredients in them, and you can do whatever spice you want. Instead of spending $8 on a little bottle of spices or whatever that may or may not have crap in them, you can come over and do your own thing. So what I love to do is I like to get the San Antonio dark chili. That's my jam, okay? This is the best in my chilies and other spicier recipes. You have a variety of different spices in here, but the thing I want to say is that, you know, you got to look out for salt. You got to look out for ingredients that are not real that are in there. So look for herbs. Look for spices that don't have an overabundance of salt, right? Chicken soup. If you make chicken soup, they have a poultry one. They have the Himalayan pink salt. That is a great salt for you to have. The different garlics, thyme, basil, you can make your own seasonings and they will last longer. So look in your grocery store for the bulk spices, and you can buy a little bit at a time and make your own. They have little clean scoops here. They have little bags, scales. It's wonderful. So that is a good little hack for you to have. Great all-purpose seasoning that you can create on your own would be a great one with rosemary, with turmeric. Turmeric is great for anti-inflammatory needs. You would want salt and pepper, of course. Limit the salt. Make sure it's like a Himalayan pink salt. You'd want sage, thyme. Those ingredients will make a great all-purpose seasoning, good for any type of protein that you choose, or really good in some different types of alternatives for pasta, which we can.
You guys, thank you for tuning in. Meet me back here next Friday for another episode of Holistic Beauty. Drop your comments down below in the section, and I hope that you heard something today that inspired you to live a healthier lifestyle.
Yes.
See you guys next time.
All right, bye.